Hey ladies, Heather Petherick here again, talking about the 6 success crushers of your business that threaten to wipe you out in the first 3 to 5 years of getting going as your own boss, as the queen of your empire, striking out on your own as a business of self. So far we've talked about the 3 success crushers previously in this series, and today I want to talk to you right now about the 4th thing that I see that wipes new women business entrepreneurs out in the first 3 to 5 years. And it is this. It is hiding from sales. Now, I know it sounds crazy, right? But hear me out. Far too many new women business owners are actually hiding from sales. They're hiding behind their computer, trying to perfect their copy, polish their website, wait for the perfect things, the way to be perfect in all of their marketing materials before they're actually asking for sales. They are hiding out instead of making offers. Now, here's what I see is that many, and I was guilty of this, right? In fact, I'm going to tell you a pretty embarrassing story of how I was hiding from sales early on in my business. But post a 1 in the comments below if this is you. If you dangle a polished offer out on your website or in social media, or maybe you do a mailer of your offer to your subscribers. You put an offer out there, you risk it all and ask people to do business with you, and then what? You sit back and you wait. You wait for the phone to ring. You wait for the emails to show up and the comments and engagement to happen on your social media. And when you don't see those immediate results, you retreat. You assume that your offer is no good, back to the drawing board, and it could be weeks, even months before you make another significant offer. Meanwhile, your bank account is dwindling, your sanity is leaking, and you are wondering, WTF, am I really cut out for this business entrepreneurial world? Post a 1 in the comments below if that resonates with you. Now, I'll tell you an interesting story of how I realized that I was hiding from sales instead of making offers early on in my business. So this is what it looked like. This was in the first 3 to 5 years of my business. Obviously, a lot of things had to come together, and I needed income like nobody's business. So I thought, what can I do that doesn't cost a lot of money in terms of marketing dollars? And my kids were still at home quite a bit of the time, so I didn't have a lot of time, didn't have a lot of capital. So I thought, well, something creative and something that could help me stand out was I was actually going to bake some cookies. I was going to get into my kitchen, bake some homemade oatmeal raisin cookies that was like the best recipe I knew, thanks Grandma, package them up in these adorable little cellophane bags and attach my business card and a small marketing piece. And I was going to hand deliver them to organizations in the city where I lived, organizations that I knew I could help, business leaders that I knew I could support. So that's what I did. I got in the kitchen and I think I made like 12 dozen of these cookies. They're really good. And I thought this was a great low budget way that I could get in front of my audience and at least have them know that, hey, I exist. So that's what I did. For a whole month, I was baking cookies, wrapping them up in these adorable little packages, and I was hand delivering these cookies with my business card on to businesses around my city. And I thought, this is awesome, right? They're going to take my cookies and they're going to say, wow, these are awesome. And wasn't it so thoughtful of this person to give us cookies? And it would pique their curiosity and they'd give me a call and boom, I'd have clients. Well, I bet you can guess what happened. People loved my cookies, but nobody bought my services because here's where that, creative marketing idea actually fell short. Was sure, people began to realize, hey, this person called Heather Petherick exists in our community, but do you think did I ever once pick up the phone and follow up? No, I never did. I dipped a well-polished toe into this thing called marketing, gave them my best recipe of cookies, and then never bothered to follow up. Now, why? Well, years later, I can deconstruct this early foray into business, and I can tell you very clearly, the reason I didn't follow up and the reason I didn't get any sales was the same reason why you're probably in the same situation. Doing a lot of things, putting a lot of effort into your marketing to stand out in the marketplace, but not following up. What's the reason? It was because I was afraid. I was afraid of them saying, no thanks, we don't need your services, Heather, because that, to me at the time, was a narrative of my personal self-worth. And number two, I was afraid of following up because I didn't know what the hell to say to them. If someone actually showed interest in my services, how was I actually going to hold a conversation with them to invite them to do business with me in a way that didn't seem salesy or pushy or sleazy? So instead, I hid from sales. I did a lot of things to get my cookies out there and raise awareness, but I hid from actually following up, having conversations, and inviting people to do business with me. I share that with you because it really underscores how early on in my business, I did things wrong before I figured out how to do them right. And I feel your pain. If you are in the first 3 to 5 years of business, so many things have to come together. And sometimes we fool ourselves thinking that we are so busy and we're wondering why we're not making any sales, when the truth of it is we may be really busy and that's a distracting activity, but we're not actually making offers because we're afraid of hearing no, and we don't know how to hold a sales conversation that authentically invites someone to do business with us. So that is the fourth success crusher that I see for new entrepreneurs, women in business in those critical first 3 to 5 years. If that resonates with you, I would love to get on a private conversation and really dive into how can you hold a sales conversation? What are the things that you can say so that you don't seem salesy or pushy, and you can actually invite people from a real place of authenticity and integrity to do business with you, and you can unhook from that killer fear of hearing no from prospects. That's it for now in today's number 4 success crusher if you're a woman in business in the first 3 to 5 years. Thanks for joining. Post your comments and questions below. I would love to know your thoughts on today's success crusher. And number 4, 2 more coming from you in the days ahead. Take care for now.